Hello. This is a testimonial, a review, and a sincere sharing from the heart about a very powerful experience that I have decided to undertake 2 years ago. 2.5, if you count the beginning in February 2022. I am talking about the medicine wheel training with Gareth, Miguel, and Steve, and the council as well. What can I tell you? Right now, the result, so to speak, I can talk of is that I feel right now, June 2024, summer solstice, here by the sea, in a place where everything began 3 years ago, really, and I'll talk about it in a second. But right now, I am in a place of peace, trust, greatest empowerment I've ever felt, heart-centeredness. I have my life mission. I am very happy in my soul, in my mind, and my body. I am doing the most amazing things I could only dream of. I feel extremely empowered to create. I am very passionate. I have the most wonderful community of people I can only dream of having. I feel so supported. I feel I have my tribe, I have my calling, I have my mission, I have my creativity, and I have my tools. And I could not have been here without the medicine wheel and the great giant journey of self-development that I have undertaken. The medicine wheel is first and foremost a journey of transformation, a journey of the self, journey within, journey to the all corners of yourself, all depths of yourself, in this world, in this life, in past lives, in across your ancestral line, and the future timeline. I mean, if any of you were fans of fantasy novels, magic, dragons, any kind of adventure stories, video games, anything where there's a giant hero's journey that is magical, that is full of creatures, both allies and challengers, then you would enjoy the medicine wheel journey, because as I have been going through it myself, I only realized that the magic is present, that we are all on the hero's journey. It's just that most of us don't know that we are, and most of us don't realize the power they have within their hearts, first and foremost, to go through the challenges and dare to welcome more of them in order to rise in their greatest self, greatest becoming, greatest story arc that they can ever live. Gotta check my notes here. So this is where I'm at. Where I started, let me just tell you, is I've done personal development work for about 10 years, really. We can even say 12, when my mom gave me The Power of Now. That was the first book I read, and it was just fantastic to be encountering a different way of thinking and feeling than the world was presenting to you. So, and also it was amazing to realize that you have the power within. And that is the most empowering, the most exciting, the most amazing gift you can discover in this world. I had a lot of life-changing experiences, but nothing was life-changing as finding your mission. During the pandemic, I was lucky enough to be introduced to the New Forest, where I was activated to my mission, which is around nature, healing with nature, healing nature, communicating nature, creating with nature, and anything that has to do with the beauty and abundance of the natural world. Now, at the time, I was climbing the corporate ladder. I was struggling with addictive behaviors, narcissistic behaviors, controlling behaviors, and all sorts of ego-driven, wounded story, darker narratives that have been inherently inherited through participating in culture and the society that we're living in, participating in structures that were handed to me through the people I was surrounded by and through the society I was in. However, once you awaken to your mission, you start thinking, how the heck am I gonna go from A to B? And I will tell you that chances are that your mind that has got you to this place so far will only get you so far, because the mind operates with what is known. And the journey of the heart, which is the journey of the medicine wheel, the journey of co-creating with nature, is going to have a lot of new things coming through, a lot of the unknowns, and a lot of things you're going to have to trust on this journey. So I started in the corporate world. I started with a whole bouquet of issues. I thought I knew it all. And then life started crashing down a lot, because the moment you decide, this is my call, this is my mission, this is what I'm here to do, I think this is what I'm here to do, I don't know how I'm going to do it, I don't know when everything's going to fall into place, but I'm going to do it. And this is the most powerful transformative statement you can make. I want to change. I want to go from A to B. Whatever is happening right now is not bringing me satisfaction and joy and peace, or whatever you want to feel. I want to change. I want to move. Now, the challenge is that a lot of people want change, but very few people want to change. I will tell you, the best thing you can do is to change yourself. The rest will follow. But it's the most difficult thing. It is the most challenging thing. It is the most humbling thing. That being said, this is the only thing to create lasting shifts and to welcome the world beyond your wildest imaginations. So 3 years ago, when I woke up to my mission and I committed to it, my life started falling apart. I got kicked out of the corporate world. I asked for it. Didn't ask for it at some time, but here we go. The spirit knew this was the time. I got kicked out of the corporate world. That actually caused a very interesting identity crisis, because I didn't realize how big the story of the corporate identity was. I have encountered a severe immigration challenge which threatened my stability. And at the same time, somehow during the pandemic, cost of living crisis, all sorts of issues around the world, wars coming on left, right, and center, I said, I look at this world right now, there's nothing I can do but to create art and make the world a better place. Somehow. How? Let's find out. I am very grateful that I had a session with Gareth to start with, where the conversation started with the shamanic training. And I was like, what is this? This is very curious. And the idea came on very strong after my grandmother died, because when she died, this was the last grandparent I lost, and I realized the responsibility was with me to rise, to become responsible, to become mature, to create the narrative, to shape the narrative that is of my making, of my heart's making, whatever that may be. So I was lucky. I'm lucky that I found Gareth, and I asked to step on a mini wheel foundation course that was 6 months. And I have to say that the mini foundation course is a fantastic taster to start with. Life will start changing. The moment you commit to change, the moment you say, I'm ready to transform, life will start throwing you surprises. Things are going to start happening to ask you to shake out whatever you got in your pockets that's weighing you down. Life is going to turn you upside down for you to shake it out. And there will be rewards. There will be rewards. I'm very grateful that on the mini wheel I broke through my fear of public speaking, because that same public speaking got me an art show later on, got me to the British Parliament to talk about my vision, and introduced me to so many more people, and established me as a public speaker on very interesting topics, which is amazing. I could not have done that if I wasn't in Jaguar that was calling me to step up to my game, and that unlocked so many other possibilities. This is an example of risk-reward scenario where you take a risk, you break through the fear, and the universe rewards it. A few things I want to say is the mini wheel, the foundation course, ended in June 2022, and this is when I decided to step on the big medicine wheel, because I realized that I wanted to change myself. I wanted to change how I was, what I thought, how I acted, everything, because it wasn't clearly satisfying, because I was spending a lot of time in my mind. I was spending a lot of time with my wounds, as I later learned. I was spending a lot of time with stories that were just created somewhere, somehow, etc. I stepped on the big medicine wheel, and I remember very clearly Gareth saying, you will be a different person in 2 years. And I was like, great. Yes, I want to be a different person. Great, I'll do it, whatever. There will be trial and tribulations. There will be dragons to slay, mostly of your own making. There'll be a lot of grappling with yourself. You may do. You know, they say it can be easy. It will be hard, but it will be amazingly rewarding. And life doesn't give you more than you can handle. So whatever comes your way is the stuff that you can handle, especially if you already have had a difficult life, whether it's childhood situations, whether it's early experiences that shaped you, whether it's family, friends, whatever situations you've been in, or your own, where you have been your own challenge. All of those are signs that you have it. You have what it takes to transform, to transmute, and to rise above and become the phoenix. And so that's what I did. I stepped on the medicine wheel and I took action. I saw the serpent was very, very helpful, although it was one of the most horrific moments in my life, because the immigration still wasn't there. I cried a lot. There were a lot of moments when I thought I couldn't make it. What is going on? People came to challenge me. People came to test me. People came to touch every wound that I had, unveil every fear that I've had, relentlessly so. And I'm still here because the medicine wheel gave me a structure, gave me the tools, gave me the practices, gave me an understanding, gave me a map. And this is what medicine wheel is, in my opinion. It is a map and it is a tool. It is, you can think of it as a little board game, you check out where you're at and you have a specific path, and it will always keep going in a circle. And it's amazing to know where you are and what to do, or how to approach things, or how to question things, or how to look at things, or how to let go or recognize the energies at play. That is priceless. That is priceless. Yeah, I'm saying this right now, I'm getting goosebumps. If you are working within the healing space already, then 100% get trained, because that will only empower you and your gifts. I was not planning to be a shaman per se, but I specifically also stepped on the medicine wheel because I love the integration of nature. Shamanism is the language of nature. It is working with the elements. It is working with animal archetypes. It is working with everything around you, the spirit is everywhere. Everything is speaking to you and everything is communicating. And I love the symbology and archetypes in this process. To me, as an artist working with nature now, as someone who is looking at nature and its healing properties, as someone who is introducing healing and community and participatory experiences in a creative process, as with all people from all walks of life, it's an incredible tool to be able to communicate with the natural world and to receive messages from it. Extremely empowering. The Jaguar was the West. The West was a place where I went to die. And right now, I'm actually going into Hummingbird, and I really sense the shift from darkness into light. Those 2 years that Gareth spoke about, saying you will be a very different person, you will really change and things will change around you, is true. It is true. Talk to me if you have more questions. It is absolutely true. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because the speed of change that you go through, especially if you're committed at the heart, is worth every penny. If you have any resistance about money, the stakes, this is nothing. You'll get way more. This is nothing. It is, give this to the spirit. It will come back to you in gold. If you have resistance around the time it takes, all good things take time. An oak takes 40 years to mature. The day you plant the seeds is not the day you collect the fruit. A human takes a long time to grow. Any meaningful change takes time. A university degree is 4 years. That's what I thought. I was doing a master's at the time. I stepped onto master's and the medicine wheel, and I thought, it's another university degree. Let's do it. I love learning. If you love learning, this is it. If you love studying, this is it. If you like to interrogate yourself and change yourself, this is it. And I have to say, Gareth, Steve, and Miguel have been the most supportive people I could hope for on this journey. Very, very grateful for the support, advice, and guidance they provide. And I know that the council now will be providing more. And you can always message me as well. I'm happy to talk, because this is a very, very empowering and powerful tool, and the world needs more shamans. Let me remind you that a long time ago, before politics, before brands, before religion, before influencers, before anybody was telling you how to think or feel or do or controlling the narrative, before media, before any of those things, the shaman was the meaning maker. People were having the same experiences you're having today on an emotional level. Oh, this or that, the relationships or fear or I don't know, illusions, whatever, anger, anything. Same emotions were happening, and the shaman was providing meaning and story, and was a part psychologist, part healer, part magician, working with all sorts of different tools to help people make sense of things. And I believe that the time has come for the shamans to step up, for more of us to create the meaning and the world we want to see, to step up with new stories, to imagine, to dream a better world. And that is what the shaman is. The shaman dreams a better world into being. You gotta have these tools. You gotta understand the journey. You have to understand the cycles of life and move through them yourself through the lived experience to be able to understand others and help them understand themselves. This is the true power. To me, the shaman is a person of power. Power of overcoming oneself and empowering oneself. Power comes from wisdom that only comes through lived experience. And power comes through developing some skills, the healing skills. The power comes from connection with the heart. And this is another important thing about medicine wheel. It will really, really connect you with the heart. And in the world of technology and in the world of AI that we're going through, and I used to work in the corporate and technology, so I understand where things are possibly going and where they came from. I'm very lucky that I have a background in the workforce that allows me to create language and create bridges of understanding. Now, in the world of in the increasing world of technology, remaining human will be a superpower. And the only way you can remain human is with your creativity, bringing your gifts to the world, whatever they are, which will also become clearer on the medicine wheel, and staying in our emotions and our hearts. So, and how your shamanic powers manifest will be different. I use it in creativity. I use it in communication. I have intentions to go back to the boardroom with the learnings I've created and with communications and experiences I've created to talk to those people in a meaningful way and bring in more conscious leadership, to talk to people in power and people with influence, to be able to change the reality, to be able to create new stories together. I have also, on the personal level, have found more clarity within myself, more love for myself. I have lived through the medicine wheel, and the Jaguar in particular wanted some sacrifices for a greater destiny to manifest. And I have faced the shattering of many illusions I held around myself and my relationships, or what I needed or what I wanted, how I was showing up, what I thought I needed, how I was going about it. And at the end of the day, I came home to myself, feeling an amazing level of unburdening that I have never felt in my life before. And this is what I want to tell you. The medicine wheel is also, it is a medicine wheel that's spinning very fast. So all these things in your pockets will be falling out. You're going to be losing pieces of yourself. You're going to be losing pieces of your clothes and your hair and all sorts of stuff you're having in your pockets, so you can free yourself and rise higher and find your true self that is covering under the layers of stories and wounding and whatnot. So looking at my notes here right now, I can only say to you that this is the best evolutionary process you can come across, and I urge you to look into it, because now we're living through fantastic times of change, and the more of us that can hold on to our true selves, the likely we are to survive and persevere and exhibit unprecedented levels of resilience and collaboration, community, and love. And this is what this is to me. The medicine wheel is the journey of love for all that is, for all our relations, for ourselves, for nature, for our ancestors, for our soul paths in this lifetime and many lifetimes, and much more. I'm very much looking forward to telling you more. If you have any questions, drop them in here in the video. I will probably have more to say. You're also more than welcome to contact me if you want to work with me, collaborate, ask any questions, whatever that may be. I am here to stay, and I am here to create the new world together. Aho.